girl. I'm a nice guy. Liquor in my cup, I gotta really toughen up. Yeah, nurse strap.
Hello, everybody. I am Cynical Butthole, and welcome to CBTV. This is going to be like a new little segment I'm trying to put together here. Likely going to be on a weekly basis, but I'm just going to be showcasing World of Tanks gameplay. It's going to be less along the series that I usually do. I've noticed that the long series videos don't really tend to get too much activity on them. And while I'd still like to do them, it's kind of difficult to stop playing a game, come back to it, remember where the hell I was, and remember what we were doing last in the series. So I'm not really sure if I should continue to do the long-standing series or just kind of do little showcases maybe once, twice a week or so and just kind of figure that stuff out. But anyways, back to the primary content here. So today I had a pretty solid game of World of Tanks, and it was really enjoyable, and I don't usually do this well on World of Tanks, but it might have had to do with the matchmaking, me putting me pretty high up as far as the matchmaking goes. Like, you'll notice up here that I'm second from the top, which means I'm in a pretty solid tank against the opposite team. So this was a pretty solid tank game for me. I don't usually do too well at this game. I've got like, I want to say like 1,300, 1,400 matches played, and that's really not all that much when it comes to this game. A lot of people tend to play like 40, 50, 60,000 matches, and I've been told by quite a few people who go out of their way to privately message me and say that I'm trash. So, you know, it was nice to actually have a good game. So I'm just going to try to commentate on it and maybe make this a more frequent thing if my tanks gameplay gets a little bit of attention on it, if people enjoy the content. There's been a lot of high-end, high-level, long-time World of Tank veterans coming forward and saying that World of Tanks is either dead or dying. So I kind of wanted to contradict that a little bit because I'm a contradictory person. I always like to be the devil's advocate. But so we've got oh shit. Oh yeah. So he immediately blocked 180 points of damage there from the T-34-85 off to the far right side. T-37 here is just smashing right into me because he's in sniper mode, not paying attention. So we're going to go into my sniper mode here, and this will allow us to see what I see. So this is all happening live. I mean, I'm not playing it, but, you know, this is just a replay of what I did last game. So I see a T-34 out in the distance, and he has no idea I'm there. Oh! 250 damage. Jesus, that was gnarly. But I know there's still a couple of people still sitting over here on the map, so if you look down the lower right hand side, you'll see the markers right over here from where they were last spotted. So we know that they're there. We know that they are sitting there waiting to take shots at us. So I get pretty ballsy, and I move up over the top of the ridge to see if I can get some damage on this Cromwell. And then I just start getting hammered. So there's 400 damage right there. Already missed twice. Another shot on the IS-2. Oh! I blocked it. I blocked 180 points. Then I got tracked. Then I got hit again for another 50 points of damage and 172 points of damage. So I'm now effectively down to half my HP. That was a ballsy move, and honestly, not much of a payoff. Definitely could have just not did that and been fine. So here we are. We're going to move back up to the ridgeline, and we're going to try to use the bushes to prevent spotting and see if we can provide some overwatch for the town below, because the capture point, the white flag on the minimap, is currently being captured by 2 opponents. So I'm going to just try to keep an eye on the ridgeline here, and if we get a spot on anybody in the village, then I'll start raining hell down on them. And you can see in the chat there, I was saying we need vision. Lights go, please. And there we go. We have vision. So now we can kind of stop those guys from capturing the base. And I wasn't able to penetrate on that shot on the IS, but, you know, that's how it goes. So we prepare another shot. Oh! Got a good penetration, 213 damage. Nothing crazy, but definitely enough to light a fire under his ass and get him out of open ground. Or so we thought. Take another shot, and did not penetrate. Oh well. We're already up to 660 damage in this match, which is pretty good for me, so you know, we'll see how it goes for the rest of the game, but no foreshadowing. I've already got 360 blocked damage. Oh, 230 damage. Fucking crazy. So we're up to almost 900 damage here. And at this point, I'm thinking, okay, well, I should probably back down a little bit because these people at the top of the hill probably know that we're not moving forward. Oh, 194, instant kill. Love it. Alright, Cromwell is sitting here, doesn't know that I'm here. Boom. 240 damage, and I think somebody else tracked him right there, but he used a repair kit. Nope, now he's tracked again, and dead. Arc that shot right over the top of the building. Beautiful. And we got this IS showing up here. That's one of their heavy tanks, and let's see. I don't see him on the scoreboard. Wasn't able to penetrate. Let's see. I think somebody else got the last kill. Oh, but we got vision on a Cromwell again. I think I tried to hit him through the building here. That IS-2 is still getting kind of ballsy over here. These guys keep kind of peeking their heads out over the ridge, hoping to get shots on us, but the entire time that's happening, we're annihilating their team down in the city. Oh, 256 damage on the Cromwell as he shows us his rear end. And boom. Critical hits. 189 damage, dead. Very nice. So let's take a quick stock of what's going on here. So as of right now, we've got 1,848 damage. We're only a few minutes into the match. That's really solid. 360 bounced damage and 54 spotting, which isn't spectacular, but honestly, as a heavy, I'm not doing too much spotting. I'm going to be sitting in the back line, at least at this point, not trying to push forward, just keeping pressure on the guys in the village who are trying to capture us over here. And then if you look at the minimap here, we still have at least 2 tanks over here. The T-34 was getting some pretty nasty damage on me, so unfortunately I wasn't able to move up on the ridgeline. But they've still got a heavy right here, and I think that's the IS-2. I can't tell. They've got the IS-2 still kind of hanging out over here trying to provide pressure, but unfortunately their side has the objective and we have the clear line of sight from here. So I've still got a couple of buddies back here just keeping an eye out on the village. We've got a medium over there that's spotting for the village, so if anybody happens to drop in there, we have shots on them pretty easily. So we'll just jump back into it here. So as you can see on the mini-map, we've managed to take out quite a few people all over the place here. And then a T-34 shows its little ass and BOW! Dead! There's another 168 damage for the scores. Let's see, they've got 1, 2, 3, 4. They've got 5 people still alive. And I know that at least 2 of them are sitting over here. Well, actually, I think that T-34 was the one that had moved from over here on top of the hill to try to get across the tracks. There he is. There's the IS-2. Sitting right up at the top of the ridgeline. Oh, another kill. 191 damage. And it kind of sucks that I kind of yoinked that out from under the T-37, but I didn't see him doing that much damage in one hit, and honestly, he's going to get hammered moving forward here without cover. I've still got a pretty good amount of health, and I'm a heavy. Took 146 damage off of an artillery, but nothing too crazy considering they've only got 4 people left. They've got a Jackson hiding behind the corpse of another tank, which is pretty smart on his end, honestly. That was really good use of cover, especially considering I have such a high damage gun, but not quite enough. So that's about how that goes, unfortunately, for that guy. I know that they have that artillery sitting over by the water down in, what is it, Charlie 8. So I'm not too worried about him though, because he doesn't deal a whole lot of damage. Even though he hit me, he only did like 120 damage, I believe. So, what is it? FV304, 146 damage. Nothing too crazy, but I don't expect him to be able to take me out. At least not easily. And he's just going to try to fall back and get out of line of sight anyways. No reason for an artillery to move up that close and try to work it. So at this point, I'm thinking, okay, let's get in here and let's try and see if we can just kind of force the capture, because that means that that Churchill is still over on the other side of the map. What else? There's the Churchill, and there's the... I can't read that. Yeah, there's still a Churchill, another 2 tanks. One of them is the artillery, and the other one is probably like SV1 or something like that. Let's see. S51, yeah. S51 is still somewhere on this map, but we haven't spotted them in quite a while, so no idea what direction they might come from. So I'm thinking, fuck it, I'll just back myself into this bush here and see what we can do. see if we can just prevent them from spotting me in here, because my last known position would have been up on the ridge. So we're just going to sit in here, hang out, and wait for a little while. See if anything interesting happens. I've got a 40 TP here with me. Really, really low health. Oh, we spotted one. Okay, there's the S-51. We still don't know where the Churchill is, though. His last known position was way up at the top of the map. We've got artillery raining down on this guy. I fired a shot, but I guess RNG kind of boned me right there. So I move forward to try and get some damage on him before he gets too close to the 40 TP. And then we spot the Churchill, who's only at 163 health. But he still is... oh shit, he's definitely still a threat. I'm down to 380 health and I'm tracked. I have a repair kit available, but I figure I'll just finish this guy off. Okay, artillery. Oh, shit. Alright, so what happened there was unfortunate, but that's just kind of how it goes. So the, what is it? The FV-304 fires that artillery at me, gets some damage on me, stuns my guys, tracks me, and then the S-51 finishes me off with a 221 high explosive shell. So it's about how it goes. But the good news is, at the end of it all, I believe the artillery did end up finishing their last two. Yeah, like I said in the chat, good try. Finished their last two, and it's easy peasy. So I didn't end up watching the last bit of the game. I moved over into the garage, but I know that we ended up winning. It was really nice, actually. Let me head back to the menu here and let me pull up some of the stats for the end game. Okay, so I guess this is the only screen I can figure it out on. I can't pull up my previous data from a prior game because of some issue with the client on World of Tanks replays. Anyways, so total 12 hits for a grand total of 2,211 damage. Pretty damn solid, actually. My last 4 hits were kills, so hell yeah. Oh no, I don't think that's accurate. 4 kills total. My last one was a penetration with just my standard rounds. Imagine if I was using the gold rounds for that. Oh my gosh. I'd be blowing through tanks. Anyway, so grand total 2,211 damage, 495 block damage, and 381 assist spot damage. So overall, definitely not bad for me. For me, I mean, definitely for me. My match history with the T-29 is not spectacular. I'm definitely still trying to figure out some of the higher level games. The higher level games seem to be a lot less forgiving than some of the lower levels. You know, like as you saw a little bit earlier when I pulled up on that ridge and took a lot of damage very quickly. So, thank you guys for watching. I just wanted to give this kind of format a try. See how it goes with doing like spotlights on videos and whatnot. Maybe I'll do what Quickie Baby does, and I'll go over to the World of Tanks replays website and download some replays, do some commentating on them as well. I don't really feel that I'm good enough to do that because I have very little time in this game, but I still enjoy the game. I enjoy the gameplay, and honestly, I really think that there's a solid game here, even if all the old veterans are saying this game is dead and or dying. So, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.